Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. Today let's discuss a question asked by a reader. He wants to know if he should exit from Tata Digital India Fund. He says he started investing in it in September 2021, and since the day he started investing, the NAV has been falling continuously, and he wants to know what to do with it. Now, this is a well known, common, classic mistake investors do when they pick mutual funds. They look at the recent performance and pick it. And if you choose a fund that's stratospherically moving up, it's going to fall down at some point, and you're going to face the music. So if you look at this Nifty IT index, and compare it with the Nifty 50 index, the black line is the IT index. Now, if you see a picture like this, many people get distracted by this oval region. They see this outperformance after the March 2020 crash, and they get they invest looking at this alone. Whereas if you look at the rectangle here, that is 14, nearly 16 years of basically not much of outperformance with respect to Nifty 50. The Nifty IT index for almost 16 years, a little bit before the March 2020 crash, has underperformed the Nifty 50. So if you look at this and invest, assuming that after you put in money you will get this kind of experience, you are ignoring the fact that this can happen. And you can see that after this person put money, the NAV has fallen sharply, and you can see a sharp fall like this in the .com crash can happen again. Maybe it's happening right now, we don't know that. So the point I want to make is, don't look at just the last 1 year performance, the last few months performance, and put in money. Look at what happened before. You don't need to look at rolling returns. We don't have access to it. Just look at returns since inception. For example, if you take this fund, the green line is the Tata fund, and since inception, you can see here from December 2015 to December 2019, that's 4 years, it has underperformed the Nifty 50. And it's only after the March 2020 crash it has moved up. That's a very just too recent a phenomena for you to take seriously and put in money, and now it's falling. So my suggestion is, whatever fund, whether it is a thematic fund or a diversified fund, never look at recent performance and invest. Either look at rolling returns, or at least look at since inception data, assuming the fund has got enough history, and compare it with different indices and see. In value research, you can do this. You can add other index funds or other funds to just compare, and then you get an idea, because you are not going to get only this performance. You are going to get this kind of performance sooner or later, and most likely after you put in money. And that's what has happened to this person. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is, there's really no need for you to invest in any thematic fund. Some people say, I will have small exposure to it. I will have 5% exposure, 10% exposure. What is it going to matter? Such small exposures are never going to build you wealth, because they can get high. Even if they give you huge returns, they're just still small exposures, and they're not going to make a difference to your wealth. It's better to avoid thematic and sectoral funds, because these funds, they're always going to go in cycles. When you compare it with a diversified index, that is sectorally diversified index, like the Nifty 50, sometimes one sector is going to outshine, sometimes that sector will underperform severely. So it's going to happen, and you're going to catch those cycles, sometimes at the right time, sometimes at the wrong time. And the mistake that investors do is that they look at the performance at the right time, and after they invest money, it will become the wrong time. So please avoid thematic or diversified fund. There's no need for it. And I would say, for this investor who wants to know, should I exit from Tata Digital, please exit.